In hip hop, obviously, there's the top 5 dead or alive. Are you comfortable giving me yours?
Yeah.
Okay.
For me, it's always gonna be first Missy Elliott. Huge influence of everything I've ever done. Jay-Z is the best to ever even speak. Biggie, obviously. Biggie, then as a whole, I have Goody Mob.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I have UGK.
So you don't have yourself?
Oh, no. I can't touch them guys. I would never put myself in my list.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Why you troll Lil Baby, man?
Man, I ain't really nothing to talk about, man.
Did you get the record clear?
Talking about for Rollo?
Yeah.
I really ain't like I ain't gonna lie, like really this last little album, I ain't really tried to. You get what I'm saying? Cause it was just like, you know what I'm saying? It was what it is.
Rank these lyricists from Atlanta 1 through 5. You got Future, Baby, JID, Young Thug. That's you.
1 through 5.
1 through 5.
I'm number 1. Based off of lyrics, yeah, I'm number 1. Lyrics, Jid number 2, Thug number 3, Baby number 4, Pluto number 5. Just off of lyrics.
Yeah.
Now, if it's off song making, Pluto will be number 1. But just off of lyrics, yeah.
Like, I do give a sports analogy of it. I
respect that too.
I think that, like, I think he has 2 unbelievable albums.
Mm-hmm.
But when we're talking about the greatest, and
Wayne, what you do to Super Bowl?
Duh, nigga. I gotta ask. I'm just it's a question, Wayne. I know the answer, but I gotta ask you.
Of course, the Super Bowl is in New Orleans. I think it's in 2025 or something like that.
He doing it.
I'm not sure. I'm
Wayne,
not sure.
come on, man. Say
I'm
it,
not
Wayne.
sure what
Gotta
shit.
say it, Wayne.
I don't. They know. I will not lie to you. I have not got a call.
Hey, Jay,
like
but I'm camera
so,
folk, Jay.
But we all praying. You know, we praying. We keeping our fingers crossed. I'm working hard. I'm gonna make sure this next album and everything I do is killer. So I'm gonna make it very hard for them to. I want to just make it hard for them not to holler at the boy.
I ain't never took from them niggas. I always bless niggas.
But why niggas keep saying that shit, though? You know what I'm saying? Why niggas keep saying that shit, bro? Like, everybody, producer, all these folks be like, man, nigga don't pay, bro.
Wait, bro. I had some incidents early on.
Yeah.
Because I was really young in this shit. I ain't know no better. But every problem I had, I cleared it up.
Oh, you saying any nigga that ever fucked like they got fucked
I
off?
cleared it up.
Yeah.
I paid any nigga that got, you heard me? Because I was young, bro. Remember, I'm telling you, I'm 20 years old.
Yeah.
So a lot of shit happened early on. I just ain't know. But any nigga that had any problem from my son on down, and I gave him 50 million, I cleared it up, brother. Because I ain't want my name like that, especially with Wayne. That's like I'm nothing without this dude. Like, I didn't want, but it happened, but I aired that shit out.
Yeah.
It started with a single leak. Lil Wayne dropped private footage of Birdman that was never meant to see the light of day, and the internet exploded. Fans, insiders, and critics scrambled to interpret every frame. Then came the warning: more footage might be released. What began as a mentor-mentee relationship had ruptured in public, leaving everyone holding their breath for Birdman's response. But to understand why this leak shook the music world, we have to go back to the very beginning. Brian Williams, better known as Birdman, wasn't always the mogul everyone associates with Cash Money Records. At just 14 years old, he was already a millionaire. In New Orleans, that kind of money didn't come from record labels or trust funds, it came from the streets. Before rap became his public identity, Birdman's name carried real weight in a city where survival meant respect, reputation, and ruthless business instincts. Lil Wayne's mother went to school with Birdman. She watched the teenager amass wealth that most grown men couldn't even dream of. So when her son started talking about signing with Cash Money Records, her fear was immediate and instinctive. She knew exactly what being 14 and a millionaire in New Orleans could mean, and she feared for her son's safety and future. Birdman and his brother Slim founded Cash Money Records in 1991. Operating out of New Orleans, they focused on local talent, navigating a southern rap scene that was as competitive as it was unpredictable. Their strategy was simple but bold: sign artists young, control their output, and retain ownership of everything. Critics called it ruthless. The results proved it effective. By 1998, Cash Money had signed a $30 million distribution deal with Universal, transforming the label from a local powerhouse into a national force. Birdman and Slim retained ownership of the masters, meaning they controlled the money, the paychecks, and ultimately the careers of every artist on the roster. Enter Dwayne Michael Carter Jr., known to the world as Lil Wayne. Around 1993, at just 9 years old, he met Birdman through another Cash Money artist, Lil Slim. Accounts of their first meeting vary, but everyone agrees on the outcome. Birdman recognized something special in Wayne and decided to invest in him completely. This wasn't just signing a contract, it was absorbing a child into his life. Wayne's father had abandoned the family years earlier, and Birdman stepped in as father, mentor, manager, and boss. The lines between these roles blurred until they became indistinguishable. Wayne joined Cash Money as the label's youngest artist, first in developmental groups like the Bee Gees, then the Hot Boys alongside Juvenile and Turk. These groups served as practical training grounds. Wayne learned the mechanics of recording, performing, and navigating the music industry while still a child. By the time he was ready for a solo career, he wasn't just talented, he was strategically prepared. His debut album, Thaw Block Is Hot, dropped in 1999 when he was just 17 and sold over 1 million copies. Birdman's investment had paid off, and their partnership seemed unshakable. Yet, as Birdman himself would later admit, not everything was perfect. "I'm nothing without this dude," he said of Wayne. Birdman built an empire, but Wayne's talent, work ethic, and relentless recording made that empire possible. Financial disputes and lawsuits would later test the limits of their relationship, but at this stage, they were the ultimate father-son team, publicly inseparable, even sharing controversial moments, like photographs showing them kissing on the lips. Birdman explained it as a reflection of a street mentality. Farewells might be final, so affection was expressed boldly. Critics were not convinced, but Birdman's explanation highlighted the complexity of their bond. The relationship was complicated further by allegations that would haunt their public image. In the 2009 documentary The Carter, Wayne openly shared experiences from his childhood, describing situations involving older men that raised questions about exposure to adult scenarios. He confirmed the footage's release, but reportedly had second thoughts later. Critics framed the story as evidence of grooming. Defenders emphasized Birdman's mentorship and provision of resources that Wayne wouldn't have had otherwise. The debate over intent versus impact, protection versus exploitation, would persist for years. Meanwhile, Cash Money's financial model, while successful, created tension. Wayne's solo success, paired with the signing of Drake and Nicki Minaj through Young Money, meant billions were flowing into the label. But not everyone felt fairly compensated. Reports from former artists like Turk and BG alleged unpaid royalties, exploitative contracts, and dependency enforced through controlled access to money and opportunities. Birdman consistently denied abuse, framing disputes as misunderstandings or cultural differences tied to their shared New Orleans upbringing. But the lawsuits kept coming. By December 2014, the public father-son narrative began to collapse. Wayne took to Twitter, claiming he was a prisoner of Cash Money Records and that his creativity had been stifled. By January 2015, he filed a $51 million lawsuit against Birdman and Cash Money, alleging withheld advances, unpaid royalties, and violations of his 2012 joint venture with Young Money. Wayne sought to regain control over his work and recover funds he claimed were owed. The battle went beyond money. It was about freedom, recognition, and the right to direct his own career. The feud escalated. Wayne released diss tracks and mixtapes that called out Birdman and Cash Money directly, and at concerts, our fans joined him in chanting against the label. Tensions turned violent when shots were fired at Wayne's tour bus in Atlanta in April 2015. While no one was injured, the incident underscored the intensity and real-world consequences of the dispute. Birdman denied involvement, calling the allegations the craziest I ever heard. Yet the event added a layer of danger to the already high-stakes conflict. Over the next few years, the legal war waged on. Wayne sued Universal for $40 million in royalties, and countersuits between Cash Money and Young Money ensued. Court rulings in 2016 required Birdman to produce financial records, exposing elements of Cash Money's accounting to public scrutiny. Finally, in June 2018, a settlement resolved the dispute. Wayne reportedly received over $10 million, gained control of Young Money, and was finally free to release Thaw Carter 4 years behind schedule. Even after resolution, reconciliation was partial. Birdman publicly apologized at Wayne's Liliana Fest in August 2018, performing together for the first time in years. Yet, behind the cameras, the relationship remained complicated. Wayne skipped parts of the Hot Boys 2025 reunion tour, while Birdman continued to assert Cash Money's strength publicly. Leaks, viral footage, and ongoing social media drama kept the story alive, reminding fans that in the world of Cash Money, loyalty and betrayal were always two sides of the same coin. Birdman attempted to reclaim narrative control by highlighting streaming milestones, boasting 1 trillion streams, aiming to silence critics through metrics. But popularity doesn't erase allegations of exploitation or unpaid royalties. Former associates, rivals, and online commentators continued to surface videos and claims painting a complex picture of the mogul. Even incidents involving Youngboy, another former associate, reignited questions about financial manipulation and content exposure. In early 2026, the story remains unresolved. Birdman appeared at Wayne's New Year's Eve party, a reunion interpreted by fans as either heartfelt or tense. The ambiguity was deliberate. Neither man clarified their current relationship. Social media posts, leaks, and unreleased videos hinted at potential collaboration, but also reminded viewers of the long shadow of disputes. Cash Money's legacy, signing young talent, producing massive revenue, and enforcing control, remains intact, yet endlessly scrutinized. Birdman built one of the most successful hip-hop labels in history, unsigning and developing multiple superstars and transforming street wealth into a global entertainment empire. Yet, the cost of that empire is layered: lawsuits, public feuds, allegations of misconduct, and leaked footage exposing the human toll behind the success. Lil Wayne's recent leak is the latest chapter in a story that continues to captivate, infuriate, and fascinate audiences worldwide. The lesson is clear. In the music industry, nothing stays private. Every deal, every handshake, and every relationship can be scrutinized, dissected, and reinterpreted decades later. Birdman's empire, built on the talent of others, remains under the microscope, with the public constantly reevaluating what success really cost, who benefited, and who was left behind. As the footage circulates and debates rage, one thing is certain: the story of Birdman and Lil Wayne is far from over. The internet is watching, leaks are coming, and the lines between mentorship, exploitation, family, and business remain blurred. For fans, insiders, and casual observers alike, this saga is a reminder that behind every empire, there is a story of ambition, loyalty, betrayal, and the messy, complicated human relationships that define them. Found this story unbelievable? Check out other deep dives and explosive insider accounts on the screen now. This isn't just history. It's a living, breathing saga that continues to evolve every time a clip leaks or a new claim surfaces. And for Birdman and Lil Wayne, the next chapter could be just around the corner.